Max, our friends at Visit Midland.
Yes.
If you can go to texasfootball.com/Visit Midland. I will admit that somewhere along the lines we got our wires crossed. Because
we thought one game was 1 week.
Because we have two
this week.
Monumental Visit Midland Spotlight games.
Two very different kinds of games.
Very
too.
different.
Yeah.
We start 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Mustang Field in Midland as Midland Christian welcomes in Fort Worth Christian. And this is a battle of ranked teams.
Yeah.
If you haven't paid a ton of attention to them, the Fort Worth Christian is looking to win they're in the top 2A. This is for their district championship, basically. They got a great running back in Cade Garcia, who ran for 4 touchdowns and just 6 carries last week, which is kind of ridiculous. But Midland Christian is kind of a relative powerhouse, and they are. There was a time there where they were the preeminent private school in the state. They got a playmaker this year in Ben Gibbs, who ran for 174 yards and 3 touchdowns last week in a win over Frisco Legacy Christian. This should be a fun matchup out there. If you're into the private school ranks, this should be a good one out there at Mustang Field in Midland, 7:30 p.m. as Midland Christian takes on Fort Worth Christian for the district title. District title on the line, not a whole lot more you can ask for in Week 11 as far as a 2-3-0 teams in district play going at each other. Should be probably, I would guess, a high-scoring game. Even though both these teams play great defense, these offenses have been pretty much off the charts. So that's a game to watch, one of our Visit Midland Spotlight games of the week. As is the big one.
The big one.
7:30 p.m. Friday night at Grande Communications Stadium in Midland. It is Odessa Permian and Midland Lee.
Maybe you've heard of these two teams.
The old rivals teeing it up one more time. And I'll admit this, that in past years, when Permian and Lee have rolled around, we've kind of had to talk it up and be like, oh, no, guys, this is great rivalry. Go out there. I know that maybe the teams aren't that great or maybe there's not a whole lot on the line, but it's a great game and it's great Texas rivalry.
Right.
I don't have to do any of that this year. I don't have to. This is a
great,
huge game.
Yeah.
First of all, both teams have already clinched the playoffs. Let me set the scene. They've already clinched playoff berths. They are both going to the Division I bracket, which means that the number one team, that the winner of this game will be the top seed and get a home game in the first round of the playoffs, and the other will have to travel to El Paso.
Kind of a big deal.
This is a big deal.
Look, you can't beat it, right? I mean, this is one of the most storied rivals in the state. It was on our top 10 rivalries this summer before we preview the season. You can't beat it, man.
No, it's a fantastic game. It's at a great
It's
place.
everything that a Midland football game should be.
It really should be. And so if you look at this, what does that mean? You're saying, oh, well, Tap, I don't know what that really means. Let me tell you. Right now, the loser of this game is going to have to go on the road to El Paso and play probably El Paso El Dorado. And do you want to see Cedarius Barfield in the first round?
Nope.
You do not want to see Cedarius Barfield in the first round.
You don't want that.
That's not something you want.
No.
Okay? Now, it's not like, and the loser, as opposed to that, will get to host El Paso Coronado. Coronado's not bad. They ain't El Dorado.
No.
And so, for me, that is a huge, huge game. Should be a lot of fun. We know that Permian's been on a roll this year. Basically, aside from their loss to San Angelo Central, they've pretty much been untouchable. For Midland Lee, they need to get that offense back in gear. But if they do that, this should be a fantastic game. So get out to this game if you're anywhere near the Midland area. Get out to this game 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Grande Communications Stadium as Odessa Permian takes on Midland Lee in an old rivalry. And check out TexasFootball.com/Visit Midland. That's where you can see all sorts of stuff to spend a weekend in Midland. Fantastic city. You got a lot of stuff to do out there. We got great information on where you can eat, which is, of course, the
most important thing.
The most important thing. If you don't eat, you will die. So why not eat good food?
Right.
We tell you where to eat on TexasFootball.com/Visit Midland, as well as where to stay, what to do after the game, what to do before the game, how to spend a weekend out there in Midland. So TexasFootball.com/Visit Midland. We got all the information right there. Do not miss it. TexasFootball.com/Visit Midland.